without question, you need to have some sort of following, some sort of audience before you go down the path of starting a membership business. Without an audience to sell to, an audience to conduct research with, an audience who can help you identify problems and needs, you're really going to struggle to get a membership site up and running. However, that doesn't mean you have to wait until you have hundreds and thousands or even millions of followers on your social networks before considering starting a membership. So if you're thinking of starting a membership, but you're worried that your audience is too small, I've got a little bit of news for you. You can get going with a much smaller audience than you might think. We're going to dive in just a sec. All right, so if you're worried that your audience is too small to start a membership site, I want to share with you a principle some of you may have heard, some of you may not, and it's a principle of 1,000 true fans. This is a principle that was coined and popularized by a guy called Kevin Kelly, who's a well-known figure in business and marketing. He's the co-founder of Wired magazine. And this idea is that a creator does not need hundreds and thousands of customers, millions of followers. All they need to build a sustainable business and make a living is 1,000 true fans. Super fans who hang on your every word, who put in extra effort to consume your content, to buy what you're selling. They're so engaged, they connect with you, you speak their language, and they love you for it. 1,000 true fans is all it takes. Now, when you think about some of the biggest influencers, some of the biggest names in business and entrepreneurship, and the size of their audience, it can be intimidating, it can be off-putting if you're just getting started. And we encounter so many people who are worried that they're just too small. They just don't have a big enough following. But that principle of 1,000 true fans is something that is crucial to keep in mind when you are building your audience for any business venture, memberships included. And if you do the maths on this, if you have 1,000 true fans and they join your membership and they pay you $50 per month, that's $50,000 per month. For many people, $50,000 per year is a good living, let alone $50,000 per month. So when you start to see the maths of it, you realize that actually you can accomplish quite significant success with relatively small numbers. 1,000 in terms of real true superfans, it's not unachievable. It's not an insurmountable number. So what you need to do is really drill in to where you can find these pockets of passionate people within your market, within your niche, and go to them. Facebook groups, conferences, events, online communities, other memberships, social platforms like Reddit and LinkedIn groups. Find these pockets of passionate people and get in amongst them and use that as the starting point for actually building your name, building your reputation, building your following. And again, by embracing this idea of 1,000 true fans, it really underpins the fact that you can really just be yourself. You can be expressive within your content rather than trying to please everyone. You can niche down with your topic within your market and become known for something really specific rather than being a generalist trying to be all things to all people. Because you don't need to be all things to all people. You don't need to please everyone. You just need to make that connection with those. Focus just on that real core group of superfans. You don't need to worry about everyone else. If people don't like your style, it's fine. They don't need to. You don't need to please everyone. You just need to reach your 1,000 true fans. So with that in mind, that reality of all it really takes to achieve success should help you to avoid feeling disheartened or demotivated by all of the internet marketing blowhards who are constantly talking about how many tens of thousands of email subscribers they have, how many millions of social followers they have. Often that comparison, the comparisonitis that many of us in business can fall into, can demotivate you to a point that you give up or you think it's not worth doing. However, if you're just focusing on your 1,000 true fans, you don't need hundreds and thousands of people on your email list. You don't need millions of social followers. And so you can't be distracted, demotivated, or disheartened by those things. And again, if you're thinking of niching down, quite often when that idea is floated, to people in business, their concern is that if they niche down, then their market will be smaller and they're not able to reach as many people, and so they won't be as successful. But by focusing on those 1,000 true fans, you appreciate the value of a smaller, more specific, more targeted market who have the sort of connection with you that simply wouldn't be feasible if you were trying to boil the ocean by being all things to all people, trying to please everyone, trying to tick everybody's boxes. 1,000 fans, 1,000 really highly engaged people, it's not unachievable, it's not insurmountable. So if you are early in your journey, and if you're thinking of starting a membership site, but maybe you just have a small following right now and you're thinking, man, it's going to take me years and years and years until I have the kind of audience that this entrepreneur I look up to has. You don't need to reach those ridiculous high numbers. You just need those 1,000 true fans. And that can give you the momentum and propel your business forward to a great deal of success. So don't let the smaller audience put you off. You definitely do still need an audience and a following of some kind before you start your membership, because the worst time to discover that nobody wants what you're selling is after you've launched it. So you need to have that following that will help you to validate your idea and give you people to actually sell to get started with. But that following, that audience definitely doesn't need to be as astronomical as I think many people fear that it needs to be. 1,000 true fans, 1,000 people visiting your blog a month, 1,000 people listening to your podcast, 1,000 people following you on Twitter, subscribing to your email list. It's definitely realistic and achievable. So it's not going to happen overnight, but it's achievable. It's something you can work towards. And if you reach those numbers, if you assemble those 1,000 super fans, those 1,000 true fans, then the potential for success with your membership is certainly at a level probably beyond what a lot of people would be satisfied with, would be happy with.